you like gripping dingers and popping wheelies, go to lsnash.com. We're giving away this 1,000 horsepower turbo LSG body. Every dollar you spend is an entry to win. $94mm turbo. Forged LS Holley EFI Power Glide transmission. This thing is bad to the bone and can be yours if you go over to lsnasty.com.
4 seats and a big ass trunk for all your friends. This thing's a true muffin cap peeler. It's the highest horsepower car we have ever given away. Double B box, check. Forged LS, check. 1,000 horsepower, oh yeah. QA1 suspension, you bet. You can take this thing, put all your friends in it, go cruise around because it is a true, real deal street car. Or you can go to the track and bust them out.
Go to lsnasty.com, check out all of our brand new merchandise. We got hats, shirts, stickers, socks, key tags, posters, you name it, we got it. And every dollar you spend is an entry to win. lsnasty.com or the first link in the description below. Go and get entered. All right, guys, we're up here at TCAM Performance today. You guys know TCAM, they do all of our machine work, record-setting hydraulic roller LS. I'd say we are probably the fastest cast block, cast head LS with a timing chain. I feel comfortable saying that. So we're up here at TCAM dropping off some motors. They're currently doing a freshen up on the Black Sheep, and we are making some upgrades to it, which we are going to be offering to you guys as well. So we try to be innovative and make some stuff that makes our racing program easier, and TCAM Performance, they facilitate it, and now we're gonna offer some of that stuff to you guys as well. So we got some badass billet parts in front of us here. You guys have maybe seen it if you guys follow TCAM on Facebook, which I highly recommend. They're always putting out badass stuff. So this is the first. Is this the first? This is the OG, the original billet LS front cover, and it's got some unique features on it, which I'll let the guys talk to you guys about. And then we have a. We've been using something like this, but ours is more like backwoods redneck under a tree. We made it out of a piece of aluminum I found on the shop floor. So this is much nicer, but this is a cam sensor pickup to delete this. So we got John Boy here, who is the, if you guys call up here, you guys been talking to John Boy, he'll tell you if you need this. I asked Kevin, we'll ask him again, at what horsepower level do you recommend a TCAM Performance billet front cover? 1 horsepower. So if you're watching this video, you probably need one already. But
if you can make 1 horsepower, you need that.
All right, I like it. So, all right, John Boy, what do we got here?
So we got so John come up, he wanted to start, you know, having a little bit different stuff available from us. So come back here, and you know, this was the first plan, and you know, he had some great ideas. We messed around with it a little bit. You know, you got somebody out there, ICT, ICW, somebody makes one that's got the little 45s right here for the drain backs. So what we have is we got 10 ORB fittings on both sides that you can block off if you're running the single turbo or if you're running the NA deal. You know, it's clearance for a double roller timing chain, you know, so you don't have to grind on your front cover. It's got little holes right there for the bolt heads that'll actually fit in there. So like I say, everything's already clearanced out.
Clearance here for the chain.
I'll clearance every chain too, sorry.
Yeah, how many times you get a phone call like, hey, I'm trying to put a double roller on my car and timing cover won't fit. Well, this alleviates all that.
Yep, and this can go on a completely stock motor. If you just want some bling, you know, chrome won't get you home, but it will get you laid.
I can agree with that. I can tell you that's true, actually.
Can you attest to it?
I can. I didn't even know what the word was. I got so excited when you said it because that's true. But no, Sammy builds, I'd say, a majority of the motors here. When you're putting something together with a double roller timing chain, which we have one here, for example, it's a little bit thicker than a standard cam gear. You run into some issues.
Yeah, so basically the chain and everything's a little wider, which gets into the boss here for the cam sensor. So you have to grind this down, which we've done. And then once you bolt the oil pump on, it has spacers to space it out away from the actual, it's actually the crank gear, but it spaces it out, and that comes into contact in several spots here. And we do them all the time, and it generally takes around an hour. I mean, they're not all exactly the same, you know, oil pumps and stuff move around. I mean, it's just very time consuming, and a lot of customers, I mean, they don't have the stuff at home to do this with, or the confidence to do it, and this just makes it a lot simpler.
One thing I like about this is, I know I've had it happen here before. I pick up my motor, same as putting one together here. I get an oil pan from them, stick it on there, and I put the motor in the car, and I said, damn, I have no turbo drain. So you have to drain your turbo. This here comes with the provisions on either side. So whether you're running a single turbo, twin turbo, one on the left side, one on the right side, like John Boy said, it's got the 10 ORB fitting, so you can plug it. You can plug both of them if you're not running turbo, or you have access to it. So when you get the engine, if you guys have TCAM, build your engine with one of these on there, or you purchase this and put it in the car, you don't have to worry about your turbo drain stuff. And draining to the front cover, in my opinion, I think is the best. You don't have any smoking issue, no oil slosh, backfeeding the turbo, or anything like that. Now I know what you guys are saying, like a badass billet front cover, you're like, oh, the stock one works fine. Well, like John Boy said, your stock one's not gonna get you laid, and also you have to do all the other stuff to make it work. But if we just talk about price, okay, really, I guess the next step up from this would be like a front drive, a belt drive. I was talking with Kevin a little bit on the price, and what's a Jessel belt drive?
$1,500-$1,600, then you got to machine the block in order to make it fit.
Yep.
And you lose your internal oil pump.
So this right here, you can retain your internal oil pump, or if you want to run external oil pump, you can still do that, because we obviously were doing that with stock front cover as well. So this thing right here, it's badass, it looks good, it's light too. Here's the before, what'd you say it weighed?
32 pounds.
32 pounds?
Chunk of aluminum.
This here would be the first stage. So start here, we'll run the first side, which is the inside, and then we'll run this. Then we'll actually take this out and flop it around, hold it back in the machine, and when it comes out, that's what you have.
And it said, this one here says TCAM Performance right there, and has the black sheep there. Now someone did not want the black sheep. They don't want my car name on theirs, which is fine. They're gonna offer it with or without this. What'd you say? You did this because black sheep engine pack.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it just because John. We love John, but we also, we had the black sheep stage 1 and 2. So also, if somebody wanted the black sheep package and they wanted to add that to cover, it ties it all together.
And we can, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but the black sheep stage 1 package might have gone 4, so it is a 4-second engine package. I don't know if you want everyone to run the 4s with it, but I'm willing to sling the rods at them. Front cover's badass. There'll be a link in the description below where you can pick this up. Highly recommend it. Go to tcamperformance.com, shop on their website, and they got a bunch of badass shirts too. So first link in the description below, check that out. The next piece, you can talk about this, because this is getting technical. It's way over my head.
So John decided he wanted to run a cam sync style deal with his chain. The only way to go about that was to remove the factory style cam sensor, get the gear to 185 degrees or thereabouts, and then actually drill and tap this and put in a bolt with a magnet on it. Well, they kind of just did that, just shooting from the hip.
You might have done that with everything on the car.
So this here makes it a little easier. You set it 185 degrees before top dead center, mark your gear, and then you can put this in. It's just an easy bolt-in deal. You can screw it in, typically back it out a round and a half, and it's around 40 or 50 thousandths gap, which works for these guys.
So we run this stuff on all of our HOLLEY equipped vehicles. I guess you run the same deal if you're on a Fuel Tech or whatever, any aftermarket ECU. We're running a crank pickup. So we have a sensor and a wheel on the crank that is going to pretty much tell the ECU what the crank's doing, where it is. You need something for the cam. Some guys run this factory sensor, but me, if I'm running HOLLEY, I have like a $2,000 ECU. I don't want to run any factory sensors. I want the best of the best. So HOLLEY makes this cam sensor, which I was like, hey, I want to run it. Generally, like the kit when you buy this is set up for a belt drive. Again, we just talked about I don't want to spend all the money for the belt drive, a little bit cheap, trying to save some money. So I need to figure out a way to get this cam sensor to work with this deal here. So TCAM has come up with this badass little billet piece here. It's threaded nice. I didn't gaw it up or nothing. So you guys did a good job there. As you guys can see, it goes right in place where the cam sensor would go. Bolts right in there. So now you are able to run a HOLLEY cam sensor with a stock front cover or their aftermarket billet front cover. They're going to be selling this as a package or this individually. So if you already have the sensor and you have some
Contraption.
piece of aluminum with RTV on there that I did, you can get rid of it. And now you can just buy this, or they're going to sell it as a complete kit. So the complete kit is going to be the little bracket, the sensor, and the cam gear timing chain, which they will already put this on the cam gear. So all you'll have to do is stick this on there, like all you LS guys do, make it dot to dot, super simple. Don't even think about it, slap it on there, stick this in your front cover, and then really the only thing that you're gonna have to do, which us LS guys don't know how to do, is set the depth on this. Once you do that, you'll be good to go to run.
And if they have their own timing set already or something they want to run, they just send this gear and we can, you know, drill it and tap it and put our, this is actually the bolt here. It comes with a little magnet in it. These come from Jessup. That's what most people run on the belt drive stuff anyway, so.
Yeah. So you guys can like literally do one-stop shop. You can get here, get your black sheep cam, get your lamb cam, get your new cam gear time and chain, get your front cover, get your adapter to run your Holley cam sensor, and then you're good to go.
We also have the, which we don't have it out here, we also have the plug that goes in the cover through the crank sensor. It's just a plug, so instead of having to buy a $75 sensor just to plug a hole.
Yep. Because when you run the external crank pickup, you don't use your 58 or 24 tooth reluctor. So
right.
these are
a new build. You know, guys, they don't have a sensor. But if you had a sensor, obviously you just plug it right in. But instead of having to buy a $70 sensor, you can buy, you know, one of our plugs.
This is all the stuff that we've had on the black sheep. Obviously it works, it's successful. It's made our life easier, so we're trying to pay it forward, make your guys' life easier, make your race program faster, less of a headache, and more consistent. So that's what the name of the game is. So TCAM Performance, it's really your one-stop shop. We got a bunch of in-house parts coming out, which you guys definitely need to check out. Some big things on the way. Some big things on the way. I'm not gonna say that we're going 3s this year with us a cast block LS, but we're gonna do it. So if you guys want to be at the leader of LS Performance, and really all race engines, TCAM Performance, there are links in the description below. Check them out, call up here, talk to John Boy. You could have Sammy build your motor, you could have Kevin tune it on the dyno.
Want to go fast, bro?
That sounds pretty good, right? One take? One take?
I can do it.
Okay.